Hey guys, welcome back to this session. So in this session, we'll be executing those looping statements. So let's start off with the while loop. So this is what we're going to do. So we'll be increasing the count of the while statement and check how the while works. So let me open my terminal. So now we'll have to create scripts. So I'm going to just create a script named as while.sh, then the same thing, and then now it's starting. So now I'm giving count equal to 1. Okay, that's fine. So next we'll have to provide the while condition. Now while in square brackets you'll have to provide $count because that is the variable which you want to check. So $count lesser than or equal to 5. So done. Next do, and we'll have to provide a statement which basically increases the number count. So I'm going to print count plus plus. So what the statement will do is it will print the current count value as well as increase the count value by 1. So now let's hit done. Let's see what happens right now. First I'll give the permissions. Now I'll execute it. So 1 2 3 4 5, you saw that. Now let's just change some values in the code and try it again. So let me make this 10. Now it prints till 10 because it executes it 10 times. Now so now what we can do some other change. We can basically make this 5 and count will be 10, saving it once again and executing it. So now you can see 5 6 7 8 9 10. So it starts from 5 and it prints up till 10. So this is how while loop works. Now let's do the until loop as well. So now for until I'm going to create a script until.sh. So you can see if I go here, it will be the same exact way of writing an until loop like the while loop, but the only change is that you will have to change until. So that's what you'll have to do. So now what I'm going to do is I've opened it up, now giving the path. So I always mess this. Now echo, okay, I'll just echo count, enter the count value and read count until $count is greater than or equal to 6. So last time it was lesser than, this time it is greater than or equal to. Do echo count. So you can see this, you can do $count, echo $count, then do this count plus plus and done. So I'll show you. So this is the first way, and now I'm going to give execution permissions. Let's execute the until statement. So I'll just provide 2. So 2 2 3 4 5. So why it is printing 2 twice in the sense, first it printed the value 2, then the next time when it it did not add another value, because the first time it will loop once and then it will add the value. So the first time when it added, it was 2, so that's why it is showing 2. Now let me go back inside the code, do a small change. Let's do this change. Let's see what happens. So again you can see the 2 was the number which I entered here also. So it is 2 3 4 5. It's 2 3 4 5. You can execute the same statement in 2 ways, that is writing it in the echo directly or printing it separately and then increasing the count separately. So you can do this both ways. Okay, so now that's done. So now you can see how until works. So let's do one more thing. So I'm making it lesser than, I'm running it once again. So now 2. So it won't work because the condition is the condition is false. 2 is lesser than 6. So obviously the condition is false, and until statement only works if the condition is false. If it is false, and it works until it becomes true. If it is true, then it will automatically stop because the statement is true, and that is how the until loop works. Okay, we've done until as well. Now let us do the for loop. Now let me create a for.sh and then again doing the shebang. Okay, now let's create a list. So pets equals cat, dog, pig, cow, something, and then we are doing a for loop for pet in. So here you can give any variable. It can be var, it can be any variable. I'm just giving pet. So and then here we'll have to provide the list name, which is pets. So the list name should not be just provided like this because it will not read. It should be provided like this so that it reads the content of this particular list. So once it's done, then do. Then you'll have to execute the statement echo $pet. Let's say hello $pet. Done. So now again, permissions is required. Then executing it. Okay, I know what is the mistake. Now you can see hello cat, hello dog, hello pig, and hello cow. So this is how you can use the for loop as well. So this is how the for loop works in Linux in shell scripting. So if you have a huge list and if you want to list them down one by one, or if you want to do anything else, so let's say if you want to execute a particular list and just list out the contents of a particular group, you can do that using for loop as well. You can use multiple loops within a basically inside a for loop you can create a while loop. Inside a while loop you can create an until loop. So you can also use loops inside loops, and also you can use state conditions, if conditions, if else conditions inside loops as well. So now we'll go back and check the flow control statements and we'll execute them over here. So first we'll do break, then we'll do continue. So what I'm going to do is, so here in the previous while condition, I'm going to give the same as break. So let's open the while file. So now I'm going to give an if condition, if $count, now I'll have to separate them, if $count equals, let's say 6, so I'm going to decrease the count to 1. So if $count equals 6, then break, print hello, search, why I'm using print, echo hello, and break free. So done. I've added a if statement. Whenever when the count will become equal to 6, then it will automatically stop it. So now let's run it once again. While so 1 2 3 4 5 hello, because when the count became 6, it checked the if statement and the condition was true, and inside the if statement there was there was a flow control statement which was break, so it ended the loop abruptly and it went below. So to check that also, so after this I'll add another, so I'll just continuation. So now let me execute it once again. Now you can also see continuation. Basically it broke the loop and went on to the rest of the code after the loop. So this is how the break statement works. You can use it anywhere if you want to break a particular loop. And now let's do one thing. In the same place where we used break, let's use continue and check the difference. Continue, and yes, now you can see 1 2 3 4 5 hello 6 7 8 9 10. So basically it created a okay, so now you can see this. So what it did, it created a particular loop entirely for the hello statement. Now we'll do one more thing. We'll open this, I'll delete this. No, I'm not going to delete it. I'm also going to write it over here as well. So okay, now let's see what happens. Okay, now you can see 1 2 3 4 5 6 hello 7 8 9 10. So why this is because it was already 6, and while it went inside the loop when it was 6, then it did not print it once again, it printed hello directly, and then it continued the statement, it went back and started off with 7. So this is how the continue statement works as well. You can also use the continue statement in the nano expression. So I'll do another quick change. I'm not going to print this once again. If count equals 6, let it be the same. Echo yo. So now we'll print it. Okay, sorry, I made a mistake. So the mistake was right here. It was not increasing the count, so I should take care of that as well. Count plus plus. Okay, so now you can see there are 5 yos, then hello, then 5 yos. So normally there should only be, it should be 9 yos and hello, 1 hello. But as we have used a continue statement, so it did this 5. So it was 1 2 3 4 5. When it was 6, it printed hello, then again 6 7 8 9 10. So it executed that particular iteration once again. So that's how continue works. So it does not stop the loop, it will end that loop in that particular place where continue flow control statement is used, and it will go back to the while loop or the until loop once again, and it will start a particular execution again. So if it executes that again, it will do a new iteration, so it will complete once the entire loop is completed, only then this particular statement will stop it, but break will stop it abruptly. So we've learned the loop statements as well as we've learned the flow control statements. So let's get back. So we've done these. So next we'll look at KCSAC in the next session.